A wedding is supposed to be the happiest day of someone's life. But in the summer, I turned pretty season 3, episode 6. The trailer shows us something very different. Behind the smiles, the soft music, and the beautiful decorations, there's a storm brewing. It's a kind of storm that leaves everyone changed by the end of the night. The camera lingers just a second too long on certain faces. You can see it, the unspoken words, the hidden pain, and the tears waiting to fall. This isn't just another romantic TV wedding. It's a turning point where love, heartbreak, and truth will all collide under one roof. And when the music fades, it looks like no one will leave untouched. Asterisk from the very first moments of the trailer. We're pulled into a scene that feels almost too perfect. The warm glow of fairy lights, the hum of laughter, and the sound of waves crashing in the distance. The wedding is set against a dreamy coastal backdrop, almost like something out of a fantasy. But there's something about the way the camera moves that tells you this isn't going to be a fairy tale ending. You catch fleeting shots, Belly adjusting her dress with trembling hands, Jeremiah standing by the bar with a distant stare, and Conrad in the corner, his eyes following Belly in a way that's impossible to miss. Then, the music in the trailer shifts. That soft, romantic tune is replaced by something heavier, slower, almost as if it's warning us of what's to come. We see Laurel watching from a distance, her expression unreadable, like she's carrying a secret she can't share. Susanna's memory seems to hang in the air, casting a bittersweet shadow over the entire celebration. The camera cuts to the bride glowing, but her smile falters for just a split second. In that moment, you know that whatever joy this wedding brings, it's going to be tangled up in pain. What's striking is how the trailer doesn't rush. It lingers on details. A hand gripping a champagne glass a little too tightly, a tear being brushed away before it falls, a nervous laugh at the wrong time. Every frame feels like it's hiding something. You can tell that the wedding is more than just a backdrop. It's the stage for a series of emotional explosions. The kind that don't just affect one or two people, but ripple through everyone in the room. And as the scene fades to black, one thing becomes clear. This wedding is about to become one of the most unforgettable and heartbreaking moments of the season. Asterisk. The trailer wastes no time in throwing us into a whirlwind of emotions. But if you slow it down and watch frame by frame, there's so much more hiding beneath the surface. The first shot after the opening beach view is a close-up of the wedding aisle. It's lined with soft white flowers, but if you look carefully, there's a single wilted bloom tucked among them. A small, almost invisible detail that feels like a silent metaphor for the tension underneath this celebration. The camera then pans to the guests, and that's when the cracks start to show. Not everyone is smiling. Some faces are tight, eyes darting to each other like they're waiting for something to happen. One of the most telling shots is of Belly standing near the edge of the dance floor. She's dressed beautifully, but her body language screams discomfort. She keeps glancing toward the entrance, almost as if she's expecting someone, or dreading their arrival. The trailer then cuts to Jeremiah, leaning against a table, looking toward Belly with a half-smile that doesn't quite reach his eyes. In the background, you can just barely spot Conrad, his gaze locked on the same spot, a moment so quick you could miss it if you blink. This single sequence feels like the heart of the emotional triangle. Quietly unfolding in the middle of what's supposed to be a joyous day, the music in the trailer starts to swell at this point. But instead of building into a traditional romantic crescendo, it shifts into a haunting, echoing tone. Over this, we hear snippets of dialogue, though they're muffled, almost like the words are secrets only meant for the characters, not us. A flash of the bride laughing with someone quickly cuts to the groom's uneasy expression, as if he's just overheard something he wasn't meant to. The scene transitions into a moment at the reception, where hands are clasped tightly in a way that looks more desperate than affectionate. Then comes the shot that might be the most important of all, a brief, intense close-up of Laurel placing her hand on Belly's shoulder. She whispers something we can't hear, but the look on Belly's face is pure shock. This single silent exchange could be the thread that unravels the whole night. The trailer ends this segment with the sound of glass breaking, the music cutting out, and a fade to black. It's a deliberate choice. The silence feels heavier than any dramatic score could, leaving us with the uneasy feeling that the wedding might not make it to the I do without a major emotional storm first. Asterisk. Belly has always been the heart of the summer. I turned pretty. But in this episode 6 trailer, she feels different, heavier, quieter, and far more conflicted than we've seen her in a long time. From the moment she appears, there's an invisible weight on her shoulders. She's surrounded by laughter, music, and clinking glasses, yet she looks like she's somewhere else entirely. Her eyes drift across the room, scanning faces, but never settling for long. It's as if she's searching for an anchor in a night where everything feels uncertain. One of the most telling shots is when Belly is seated at the wedding table, her hands resting in her lap while everyone else is talking. Her gaze falls on the dance floor, where the bride and groom are sharing a tender moment. And there's this flicker of emotion, not quite sadness, not quite jealousy, but something bittersweet, like she's watching a life she can't quite reach. Then the camera cuts to her catching Conrad's eyes across the room, and it's a look loaded with history. There's no smile, no nod, just a silent understanding of everything they've been through and everything left unsaid. But then, just as quickly, Jeremiah steps into frame. He leans close to say something, his smile warm, his energy pulling her in, but she hesitates. You can see it in her body language, the slight pullback, the way her fingers fidget with the napkin on the table. It's not that she doesn't care for him. It's that she's carrying the impossible task of untangling her feelings for both brothers while standing in the middle of an event that's already emotionally charged. The trailer gives us a short but powerful moment of Belly alone outside, lit only by the glow of string lights. She takes a deep breath, wipes her eyes, and whispers something under her breath. We can't hear the words, but it's enough to tell us she's bracing herself for something big. Whether it's a confession, a confrontation, or a goodbye, Belly's role in this wedding feels like more than just that of a guest. She's caught between love and loyalty, between past and future, and by the look in her eyes, she knows a choice is coming sooner than she's ready for. Asterisk, the wedding might be about two other people saying I do. But the tension between Conrad and Jeremiah in the episode 6 trailer could steal the entire spotlight. From the moment they appear, you can feel the weight of their shared history, not just as brothers, but as rivals in love. The trailer doesn't need long, heated arguments to show it. Instead, it relies on lingering glances, stiff shoulders, and moments where their smiles feel more like shields than genuine joy. One of the earliest shots shows Jeremiah leaning casually against the bar, laughing with a guest, but his eyes keep drifting to Belly. It's subtle, but the camera catches it, that protective, almost longing look. Then, without warning, the scene cuts to Conrad entering the reception hall. He's dressed sharply, calm and composed, but his eyes immediately lock on the same spot Jeremiah has been watching. There's no dialogue here, but you can feel the air tighten between them. It's not an open confrontation, yet the unspoken challenge is there. Both know exactly what the other is thinking. The trailer teases a few moments where they're forced to be side by side, like standing near the dance floor while speeches are being made. Jeremiah's jaw tenses. Conrad's expression stays unreadable, and neither seems willing to break the silence. But the most revealing shot comes later, during a group photo. Everyone else is smiling, yet the two brothers exchange a glance that feels like both a warning and a plea. There's also a quick flash of what might be the most telling scene: Jeremiah walking away from the reception into the cool night air. His shoulders stiff, while Conrad stays behind watching him go. It's less about anger and more about pain, the kind of pain that comes from loving the same person and knowing only one of them will end up with her. The wedding setting makes it worse. It's a living reminder of what love can give, and what it can take away by the end of their trailer moments. It's clear that whatever fragile piece they've built could shatter with just a few wrong words. This isn't just about who ends up with Belly, it's about whether these two brothers can survive the emotional fallout of the night without breaking something that can't be fixed. Every wedding has its surprises, a funny toast, a last-minute wardrobe fix, maybe even an unplanned dance. But in the summer, I turned pretty. Season 3, Episode 6. The trailer hints at a twist that's far from lighthearted. From the way the footage is edited, it's clear the ceremony won't go as smoothly as everyone expects. There's a rhythm to the shots. Smiles, tension, laughter, tears, and then an abrupt break. Like the story itself is holding its breath before something major happens. One of the most intriguing moments is a quick, almost hidden scene where the bride's hand trembles as she holds her bouquet. It's not nerves in the sweet, romantic way. It's something heavier, like she's standing there while her mind is somewhere else entirely. Then, the groom appears in the next shot, his expression frozen between confusion and realization, as if he's just seen or heard something that could change everything. The trailer also gives us a flash of a guest standing abruptly from their seat during the vows. We don't see their face, only their hands gripping the edge of the chair, but the movement is sharp enough to make other guests turn their heads. Right after that, there's a jarring cut to Belly's shocked reaction. Her lips parting like she's about to say something, and Conrad's eyes narrowing in a way that says he already knows what's coming. Then comes the sound design. The music fades, replaced by the faint echo of a single shaky breath and the distinct sound of glass shattering in the background. It's the kind of cinematic choice that tells you something just cracked, both literally and emotionally. Whether it's a confession, someone walking away from the altar, or a secret being exposed in front of everyone, the moment feels explosive. The most chilling part is the trailer doesn't resolve it. Instead, it cuts to black before we see the outcome, leaving only the image of Jeremiah standing alone near the edge of the reception area. His head bowed, while faint voices argue in the distance. It's a cliffhanger designed to make fans desperate for answers. And to make sure Episode 6 is remembered as the night a wedding turned into something unforgettable for all the wrong reasons. Asterisk weddings and TV dramas are rarely just about two people promising forever. They're often the perfect storm for emotions that have been building all season. In the Episode 6 trailer for the summer, I turned pretty. Every frame seems to carry the weight of love, loss, and change. It's not just the bride and groom who are at the center of this emotional whirlwind. It's everyone in that room, each carrying their own story, their own unspoken pain. The first theme the trailer leans into is unresolved love. We see it in the way Belly looks at Conrad, the way Jeremiah's smile flickers when her attention shifts, and in the way Conrad's polite eyes soften only when she's near. Even though this isn't their wedding, the entire event becomes a mirror reflecting what they've gained and what they might lose. For them, every toast, every slow dance, every glance across the room is a reminder of choices that can't be undone. The second theme is family and legacy. Laurel's quiet presence in the trailer isn't just about supporting Belly, it's about holding the Fisher and Conklin families together in a moment where past and present collide. Susanna's absence lingers in the air, turning the celebration into something bittersweet. For longtime viewers, every smile in this wedding feels tinged with the memory of the people who aren't there to see it. Then there's the inevitability of change. The trailer makes it clear this night will leave everyone different. Whether it's a friendship that finally fractures, a romance that begins, or a truth that can't be taken back, the wedding is a catalyst. Tears aren't just from heartbreak. They're from the realization that growing up means letting go of the versions of ourselves that existed before moments like this. The trailer's final, emotional note is closure mixed with longing. That haunting last image of Jeremiah standing alone, paired with the sound of muffled voices, suggests that while some characters might walk away with answers, others will leave with even more questions. The tears we're promised aren't just the characters, they're ours too, because Episode 6 looks set to remind us that love stories, even the beautiful ones, can ache in ways we never expect. Asterisk, if the Episode 6 trailer has made anything clear, it's that this wedding isn't just a big moment for the characters, it's the turning point for the rest of the season. The storylines that have been slowly building since Episode 1 are about to collide. And when they do, there won't be any going back. The tension between Conrad, Jeremiah, and Belly won't simply fade into the background, but it will be pushed to the forefront in a way that forces all three to confront their feelings head-on. This isn't just another awkward night in Cousins Beach. It's the emotional explosion that sets up the endgame. One of the biggest takeaways from the trailer is how much the fallout of this wedding will ripple into episodes 7 and 8. If secrets are revealed during the ceremony, as the trailer teases, the immediate aftermath will be messy. Alliances could shift, friendships could fracture, and long-standing resentments could finally boil over. Jeremiah's isolated moment at the end of the trailer hints that he might be the most affected, but Conrad's silent, watchful presence suggests he's not walking away unscathed either. For Belly, the night seems poised to redefine her path. Will she make a choice between the brothers, or will this wedding push her toward a completely different future? The trailer doesn't answer that, but it drops enough hints to suggest that whatever decision she makes will have lasting consequences, not just for her relationships, but for the dynamic of the group as a whole, on a broader scale. This episode feels like the emotional climax before the season's final stretch. In true The Summer I Turned Pretty fashion, the drama won't be resolved neatly. Instead, episode 6 will likely leave the audience in suspense, desperate to see how the fallout plays out. The wedding, once a symbol of joy and new beginnings, will become a marker for the night everything changed, the night love, loyalty, and truth came crashing together. By the time the credits roll on the finale, fans will look back at episode 6 as the moment the entire season pivoted. Asterisk.